Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Sean Hatafi.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your name.
No, you're fine, ma'am.
I have you here on a direct complaint warrant. A direct complaint has been filed charging you with 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, both alleged to have occurred on May 1st of this year. I'm appointing you an attorney, and you'll have court on July 19th and July 24th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Because it's alleged this offense occurred while you were on pretrial felony release in CR 2024-108-890, by law you must remain in custody without bail. I am setting a bail eligibility hearing for you on July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
Yes, I do.
Any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left. Diana Garcia Castro, and then Victor Sandez to the chair, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Diana Patricia Garcia Castro.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Date of birth, please.
Okay.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You were arrested on 1 allegation of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, 5 allegations of theft of a credit card, Class 5 felonies, and 1 allegation of criminal trespassing, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on July 19th and July 24th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Because it's alleged these offenses occurred while you were on pretrial felony release in CR 2024-129-844, by law you must remain in custody without bail. I am setting a bail eligibility hearing for you on July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. In that other matter ending in 844, you're here for failing to appear at your court date. In that case, you'll have court on July 22nd and July 24th at 8:30 in the morning, and you have a $500 secured appearance bond. Even though you have a bond in that case, because you're currently being held without bail in your new case, don't try and pay those bonds right now or that bond right now. If you paid it today, you would not get released from custody. The only thing that would happen is you wouldn't get credit for the time you are serving in custody on that case. Do you understand everything I've told you?
I do understand. I just had a couple of comments. I did have the key to the house that I was renting, and the cards, they were provided to me because I have other people that live there in the house. They gave it to me to hold it for them, but they live there in the house, so I didn't steal anything. They handed it over to me because Gary was in the hospital.
Oh, okay, hold on just 1 second. I just don't want you to say something right now. Remember how I told you anything you're saying right now could be used against you. You might think you have a legal defense to the allegations, and it turns out you didn't. At a bare minimum, I certainly found probable cause for the drug allegation. So even if you did have a defense to these other allegations, which you may, probable cause is a very low standard.
It's not mine.
You'd still be held without bail based on the law because probable cause has been found and it's alleged that you were on release at the time of these events. So you're free to say whatever you'd like, but I just am cautioning you to say something right now about the allegations without your attorney there. Does that make sense?
All right.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, no, it's just I have another court date coming up in regards to the custody of my children, and I didn't want to miss that one either, and that's why I'm really concerned right now about that.
Sure, that's understandable. Unfortunately, I don't have any discretion in the matter. By law, you have to remain in custody without bail until at least your next court date.
And would you be able to transport me to that other next court date that I have on the 17th?
For your family matter?
Yes.
I have no control over that.
Because that's what they normally do, right? If I have a court coming up, it's important that I show up.
Sure, yeah, it definitely is. But I don't have any control over where you get transported.
And I can submit perhaps a request or through you or through somebody?
Not through me. I have no idea. You'll have to talk to the MCSO officers.
All right.
All right. Go ahead and step to your left, ma'am. Make sure you get all your paperwork.
All right.
Victor Sandez and then Kyle Munson, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Victor Eduardo Sandez, 0.
All right. Thank you, sir. So I have you here on a warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for failing to appear at your court date. You're going to have court on July 25th at 8:30 in the morning. It appears to me that you are here on a writ of habeas corpus. You were brought here because you're in federal custody.
Yeah.
So because of that, you have to remain in custody without bail.
Okay.
Because you're technically in custody of the Department of Homeland Security. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So you're going to have court on July 25th at 8:30 in the morning, and all of that information will be on your paperwork.
All right.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
sir. Kyle Munson, and then Eric Snyder, please. All right. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Kyle John Hunter Munson, Orange Select.
Thank you. All right. I have you here on a warrant out of the Coconino County Superior Court for a case involving taking the identity of another, possession of drug paraphernalia, and misconduct involving weapons. I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on July 18th at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm affirming your judge's $5,000 secured appearance bond in that case. You're also here on a warrant out of the Apache Junction Municipal Court for 2 allegations of driving under the influence, which are Class 1 misdemeanors. I'm appointing you an attorney in that case. You'll have court on July 18th at 8:30 in the morning, and you have a $1,500 bond. So your total bond between the two cases is $6,500 secured appearance, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left. Eric Snyder, and then Elliot Beckton to the chair, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Eric Snyder, October.
Thank you, sir. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on 2 allegations of aggravated assault, Class 5 felonies, and 1 allegation of criminal damage, a Class 6 felony. You're also arrested on 1 allegation of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, 1 allegation of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 allegation of the interference with the use of a telephone during an emergency, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You'll have court on July 22nd and July 24th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You're also here on a probation violation matter. A Term 1 violation has been alleged. They're saying this new arrest constitutes a violation of your probation. I'm appointing you an attorney in that case as well, and you'll have court on July 22nd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In your probation violation matter, you have a $5,000 bond. In your new case, you have a $1,000 bond. So your total bond is $6,000 secured appearance. I'm also ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. It's going to include that you're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime or have contact with any alleged victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, and you must obey any terms of any orders of protection that have been issued or may be issued. You may not reside with the alleged victim, even if you are the owner or renter of that property. You are allowed 1 civil standby with a police officer to return to the property if you need to collect your essential belongings. Any violation of this no victim contact order could constitute a separate felony offense. If you post your bond and you get released, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release from custody. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions, sir?
The only question is, they have my credit cards to pay the bond in possession. How do I obtain that?
That's a question you'll have to talk to the officers about.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left.
Thank you.
Elliot Beckton, and then Stephen Walters, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
I'm Elliot Beckton.
Date of birth, please. Thank you. I have you here on a bench warrant out of Superior Court for failing to appear at your probation hearing. You'll have court on July 22nd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $1,000 secured appearance bond, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. It's going to include that should you post your bond and be released, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release from custody. Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes.
Any questions, sir?
Have you contacted my probation officer? Because I have a bench warrant right now because the court and my probation officer made me go to rehab. During rehab, my PO came to see me and said, do not leave rehab under no circumstances or I will issue a warrant. So when I got out, I had a warrant because her telling me not to leave. But she told me to contact my public defender's office and the court that they would take the warrant off and she would contact you guys, let you guys know that I didn't leave rehab because she told me not to. So I don't get how I got a warrant for listening to her what she told me to do. And I'm being held for listening to what she told me to do. Like I didn't miss court because Copper Springs was the rehab I was at, and my PO told me not. She came in and said, "Do not leave under no circumstances." So I didn't leave. So she told me not to leave.
When were you in rehab?
I got out May 16th.
Okay.
17th. May 17th. I went in. I was in there for 30 days. I went in on oh my God. But okay, so listen. Here in my property is my phone. I don't know if you can or not, but the whole message thread of her when I got out, her telling me, "I know I told you to stay in there. I know you have a warrant." Is in my phone. The message thread, the whole conversation of the last 10 days. I keep telling her, listen, I still have a warrant. She says, well, I'm gonna come take care of it. She'll tell me to call my public defender's office, and my phone is a message thread. Her name is Erin Lockwood.
Right, so I can look at all the notes from your probation officer. I see notes here indicating that on May 30th, they tried to contact you at Copper Springs several times. On May 30th, they contacted Copper Springs, and Copper Springs said that you were not in their program.
They did discharge me, but I told them to discharge me. I called and told them I got discharged.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing. The reason you're here is because a petition to revoke was filed way back in March.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me speak now. So you're saying that the reason you're here is because you failed to appear at court. That's part of it. But the reason you're here is because you're on intensive supervised probation. And back in March, they filed a petition to revoke. They indicated that you absconded, that you were not actively participating in treatment, that you were discharged from Taros, that your whereabouts had been unknown since March 5th, and that you were not abiding by the agreements in your probation plan. So So that's why a petition to revoke was filed. A warrant issued back on March 19th. On March 21st, you were released on a bond. It looks like a $250 bond, which you paid. And then at court, they told you your next court dates that you needed to appear at were March 28th. So then it looks like you deposited your bond, and then it appears that you were at your hearing on March 28th. They set your non-witness violation hearing for May 14th. It appears that you were in court and understood you had to appear for that court date, and then you failed to appear.
You're right, man. But they told me to listen to all the things that my PO told me when I went to release me, and my PO probation officer told me that I didn't participate in my substance abuse, which she wanted me to go to a rehab, and I went to the rehab she told me to go to. And so she came to rehab and visited me at the rehab and told me do not leave. So I didn't leave. That's why I missed court. So I understand why I'm in violation. I understand that fully, man.
Right.
Why I have a warrant, I should because she told me not to leave
right.
rehab.
I'm looking at her notes. She says, defendant has been in Copper Springs since Friday. I reminded him he has court this week and that he'll need to make arrangements to get to court. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm reading the notes from.
You're right. I'm sorry. But when she went up there, she asked the people in front of me watching that, do they arrange to drive me? And they told her, we don't arrange that. So that's what she told me, do not leave. Because they said that he would have to leave himself and start the program all over again. She then told me not to leave. Like, I don't understand why she didn't put that in. She told me, so I have a warrant for listening to her, which got me a warrant. It's crazy. Okay. I would have left, and while I left and went to court, I'd rather be home and not have a warrant. But she told me, under no circumstances do I leave, or she would issue a warrant for my arrest.
Okay, that's not what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to affirm the bond. You can talk to your probation officer and talk to your judge about it at your next hearing, okay? Thank you, sir. You can step back out to your left. Stephen Walters, and then Doroteo Pena to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Stephen Walters,
Thank you. All right, I have a child support arrest warrant here for you. Your next court date is going to be July 19th at 10 o'clock in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your purge amount, meaning the amount you need to pay to be released on your child support matter, is $453. And then you're also here on a warrant out of the West McDowell Justice Court for violating your DUI probation. I'm appointing you an attorney in that case. You'll have court on July 17th at 8:30 in the morning, and you have a $500 secured appearance bond in that case. I'm also ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. Any questions, sir?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left. Mr. Pena, and then Daniel Gatewood to the chair, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Dortel Pacheco Pena.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You were arrested on one allegation of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on July 30th and August 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. I'm planning on releasing you in this matter to the supervision of pretrial services, which means you'll be released and you're going to receive an envelope. That envelope is going to have instructions on who you need to check in with and what you need to do in order to comply with pretrial services. I'm also ordering that you participate in drug and alcohol testing and monitoring under the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to need to comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. It's going to include that you're not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and you're not to drive a motor vehicle under any circumstances. If you fail to comply or you fail to appear at court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to appear at your court date?
Yes.
Do you understand everything we've talked about?
Yes.
Any questions, sir? All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left. Daniel Gatewood and then Timothy Roden, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Daniel Gatewood.
Thank you. I have you here on a bench warrant out of Superior Court for failing to appear after prosecution was reinstated in your case.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks to me like you were in federal custody at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you done serving your federal sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to release you in this matter to the supervision of pretrial services.
Okay.
That means you're going to receive an envelope when you get released. It's going to have instructions on what you need to do and where you need to go to comply.
Okay.
You're going to have court on July 25th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. However, and this is a big but, because you wrote that motion in to try and get your warrant quashed,
Yeah.
the court had already set a court date for you on July 18th at 8:30 in the morning. So that's this Thursday. So today is Monday. That's this Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any ability to alert them that I've seen you or change that date or anything. So you still need to go, unless you hear from your attorney otherwise, you still need to go to court on July 18th. So your paperwork is going to show your court date as July 25th. That's also a court date you'll have to go to.
Okay.
But I wrote in the notes that you have court on July 18th as well. You need to go to court on July 18th. Otherwise, another warrant can issue, and you're just going to end up right back here again.
All right.
Do you understand all that?
Yes. Is that that's the diversion program I'm getting out on pretrial, or?
No, not really. So you engaged in the diversion program, and then they reinstated your prosecution because they said you washed out of the diversion program. It looks like because you were in custody,
Yeah,
so you
I was
couldn't
in custody
participate.
the whole 9
So
months.
I'm not ordering you back into diversion right now. The court might. The court potentially can if the state is in agreement with it, but that's not right now.
Okay.
Pretrial services is similar. You're going to check in with them. You're going to do what they say. They'll try and help you get to court, things like that.
All
But
right.
it's not the same as the diversion program. Does
All
that
right.
make sense?
Yes.
All right. Any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All that information will be in your paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Timothy Roden. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Timothy Wade Roden, July.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. However, I did not find probable cause to support those allegations. That doesn't mean that the county attorney, that doesn't mean those necessarily go away. The county attorney can still charge you with those. It just means that based on the very limited information I was provided this afternoon, I couldn't find enough evidence to support those allegations, so I'm not holding you on those allegations. I'm still appointing you a lawyer, and you'll still have court on July 30th and August 1st at 8:30 in the morning. But otherwise, as to this matter, you'll be released. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, man. So, am I getting released today for my failure to appear?
Hey, is that like a city court thing?
That's another court.
Yeah, so I'm only seeing you on this new arrest. If you have city court or anything else, you'll have to talk to those judges.
Okay.
The officers will know. But as to this matter, you're going to be released.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir.